Taoism offers a philosophy rooted in the quiet wisdom of nature, where strength is found in gentle yielding. At its core is Wu Wei, non-action or effortless action, not passivity, but harmony with the natural flow, like a river finding its way to the sea. Wu Wei is about knowing when to act and when to let events unfold, a paradox for modern leaders who are taught to always take charge. Taoism suggests the best leaders are almost invisible, guiding so lightly that people feel they achieved everything themselves. This leadership nurtures growth, much like a forest thriving without a central commander. True leadership, then, is about creating the right conditions and trusting people's natural abilities to flourish. Wu Wei challenges our ideas of power, showing that real influence is flexible and subtle. Sometimes, the most powerful thing a leader can do is step back and let the natural order emerge. The Tao Te Ching praises the leader who is barely noticed, whose presence is felt only through the community's success. The highest form of leadership is subtle. People say, "We did it ourselves," because they feel empowered, not controlled. This approach is built on mutual trust. The leader trusts the people, and the people trust the leader. In contrast, leaders who seek praise or rule by fear create dependency and resentment. The unseen leader fosters independence and resilience, stepping in only when truly necessary. Reluctance here means resisting the urge to interfere, understanding that every forceful action creates pushback. Like a gardener who prepares the soil but lets plants grow naturally, the wise leader shapes the environment, not every outcome. In a world obsessed with personal branding, Taoism offers a counter-narrative. The best leaders enable greatness in others. Their satisfaction comes from a thriving, self-directed community, not from the spotlight. This is the quiet triumph of Daoist governance. The Tao Te Ching warns that too many rules breed poverty and dishonesty. Overgovernance creates the problems it tries to solve. Taoist leaders govern with a light touch, trusting people's innate goodness and creativity to emerge when not stifled by constant control. Like an ecosystem that thrives without a central manager, a community finds balance when allowed to self-organize. The leader's role is to foster conditions for organic order, not dictate every move. Nature shows us this. Forests grow resiliently without a plan, and too much intervention can cause greater harm. Leaders who micromanage stifle innovation and create fragile organizations. By stepping back, leaders allow adaptive strategies to develop, making the system stronger. The art of letting go is a core Taoist skill, knowing when to guide and when to remain still. Trusting people to manage their own affairs builds engagement and responsibility. Simplicity in governance leads not to chaos, but to authentic virtue and lasting harmony. Minimal intervention is the path to a resilient, flourishing society. Taoism teaches that the universe thrives on the interplay of opposites, light and dark, strength and weakness, action and non-action. These are not contradictions, but partners in a dynamic balance. Leaders who embrace paradox adapt to complexity, finding strength in flexibility and wisdom in ambiguity. The Tao Te Ching urges us to look beyond surface appearances and see the unity beneath dualities. True virtue is unconscious of itself. Emptiness can be more useful than fullness. The world is not a problem to be solved with rigid rules, but a living system to be understood through its rhythms. A leader who works with, not against, these natural flows, leads with quiet confidence and resilience. The Tao Te Ching's paradoxes reveal how harmony emerges from apparent contradictions. True virtue flows naturally without show. Forced virtue relies on empty rituals. Leaders must nurture integrity until it becomes second nature, not just policy. The Tao describes the movement from unity to diversity. Leaders must manage many details while staying rooted in a unifying vision. Fullness and emptiness are another lesson. A leader who listens and creates space for others is more effective than one full of ego. The most powerful leaders are often the most open and receptive. The text also addresses life and death, teaching leaders to act without fear, embracing cycles of change with courage and clarity. By accepting beginnings and endings, leaders guide for long-term health, not short-term gain. These lessons urge leaders to balance humility, vision, and adaptability. The Taoist leader is steady, not because they control everything, but because they trust the process. This is the path to enduring leadership. The Tao Te Ching's wisdom guides leaders to strength through paradox, not control. Wu Wei, reluctant leadership, and minimal intervention are strategies for resilient, self-sustaining systems. True power lies in subtle influence, creating environments where people thrive and innovate. Life is a dance of opposites. virtue and ceremony, unity and diversity, fullness and emptiness. Leaders who see this harmony navigate complexity with wisdom and ease. In a changing world, the most adaptive organizations are those that embrace paradox and balance. Daoist leadership is about integrating opposites, moving beyond duality to deeper effectiveness. Such leaders become a quiet center, fostering communities that reflect the simple elegance of nature.